Hello everyone, thank you for attending this meeting. Today we are going to look together the risk associated with offshoring a major branch of a company, and we are going also to see the benefits of doing it. So before we look on the risk associated with offshoring a major branch of company, let's look on the key consideration that we consider while offshoring a major branch of a company. As you know, Acme wants to open a manufacturing plant or branch in Vietnam, and we need to make sure that our manufacturing plant is going to continue working. So in order to do this, we need first of all to consider the government. How is the government? Is it stable or it is not stable? Then we also need to see the tax that are imposed on a foreign company. We also need to see if there are laborers. If we are going to spend too much money training them, then we need to consider how are the laborers in that country. Then another thing that we need to consider, we also need to consider the location where we are going to open that manufacturing, like the environment. Then after knowing those key consideration that we need to take into consideration, let's now look on the risk associated with the offshoring a major branch of a company. First of all, we can lack there can exist lack of plants. Then the plants that produce quality products, but as you know, we will be having a low demand, like we don't have many clients. Then we need to make sure that our plants, we can have a risk of missing plants which produce quality products, but which can produce again the small amount, the small quantity. Then the other risk that we have is lack of skilled manpower. As you know, in Vietnam, like the education level, like the education system is still at low. Then the manpower which is in Vietnam, they are not well skilled. Then we are going to have a risk of lacking the skilled manpower. Then another risk is high tax imposed on foreigners. So different countries may impose high tax on foreigners depending on what they want to reach on, or if they really, or depending on their goal. Then if we have high tax imposed on our company, then it is going to be will be in high risk. But again, we cannot forget that there are benefits. First one, we have access to the right people, especially governments. So when you offshore your major branch of company, you have access on government, you have people who can really help you in your business. Then the second benefit is access on raw materials. So when you open a company, you make sure that you go in a place that has raw materials for your products. Then if we offshore our company, then we will be having access on raw materials which are at low cost. Then also there is low labor costs. So here what I want to mean, like the labor are at low cost, like we are not going to spend too much money on laborers. So again, we can benefit from, like some countries might have laws which allow foreigners to, like they can impose low taxes on foreigners here. Instead of having high taxes, we are going to have low taxes on foreigners. Especially in Vietnam. In Vietnam, the government imposed low taxes on foreigners, and it is something that we can benefit from it. So after knowing the benefits, then we need to see how is this going to help us. So if we have access on government, they can help us doing the business. This is going to help us to be the working environment is going to be easy to get in the market. as the government is really accessible, is actually like someone can reach out of them when they are in need of them. Then the other thing we are going to benefit, from low raw material cost. Like we are going to produce things at a low cost. Instead of spending too much money in raw material, we're going to spend too low money in raw material. Then this is going to help us produce products at a low cost. Then again, we are going to benefit from labor. So we will be having enough labor to work in our company. Again, what we are going to benefit, like the impact of those benefits, we are going to not spending too much money in taxes. Yeah. Thank you for your time. I think this is the end of the meeting. If you have any question, yeah, you can reach out of me and ask me. I will be ready to respond. Thank you.